Hello, American Patriots. Douglas Ducote here. We are back from another successful mission at the border with Texas and Mexico. As a reminder, at the end of January, we will be doing a border trip that goes from Brownsville, Texas, all the way to San Diego, California, to continue to bring you, the American people, the American patriots, the truth about what is happening all across this border. As with each trip that I do down there, I come back with more knowledge. I learn more things. I'm exposed to more of reality, and I bring it back and I share it with you. Unlike the regular media out there who will censor things or keep things back because they don't believe you can handle it. Here at Team Ducote, our plan is to always be truthful, honest, and to show you exactly what is happening. I will tell you this much. Because of some of the things that we saw and videotaped, those videos will not be allowed on YouTube. So they will be uploaded to our website at douglasducote.com. That is my name, douglasducote.com. Go there, sign up with your email address. It's free, costs you nothing, so that you will be able to see content there that you can't see here on YouTube. Sadly, what we witnessed, there's no way I could put it on this channel because YouTube would very quickly shut us down. What I'm going to shed light on is a brief summary of the videos that we did, the interviews, and throughout the week, we will slowly get them uploaded here on YouTube, and the ones that will not be allowed on YouTube will be over on the website where you may see them. I will warn you, some of them are very graphic. So know that in advance. We have to fix the problem at our border. It is an outright travesty what is happening to America and America's citizens due to the cartel. That's right. The cartel is responsible for everything and anyone that comes across our border. There is no other way to do it. Before I get into this, there are some people that I'd like to thank. I'd like to thank Dan Golvich, whose son was murdered by an illegal alien, and Maria Espinoza, founder of the Remembrance Project and candidate for Congress in Texas District 7. These two individuals shared with us some contact information and some people that they felt we needed to talk to, people that they felt we needed to interview, so we would have a very clear picture of what is happening. And boy, did we ever. I would like to thank all of you that donated to make our program, allow it to continue to be on the air. For you, the website, our YouTube videos, and those that have donated for the border missions. It is because of you and your generous donations that allow us to not have to go after big corporate sponsors. Because what do? Well, just like at CNN and Fox and MSNBC, they control what you hear. We at Team Ducote will stick with local business type sponsors and rely basically on you, the American people, to help us get the truth out there. I would like to thank all of Team Ducote, Dustin Gold, Maria Albanese, Christy Piccolo, Marilyn Williams, Nora Canfield, and our security for this trip was Mike, who is a personal friend of mine and also a veteran military and law enforcement officer. Also like to thank those that allowed us their time for an interview. Chris Cabrera, Vice President of the National Border Patrol Council. Rusty Monsi, former law enforcement officer and landowner on the Rio Grande. Dr. Vickers, Texas Border Volunteers Militia and landowner rancher. Brooks County, Texas Sheriff Benny Martinez. And I'd like to stop for just a second and tell you two things one about Rusty. Because we're going to get into how brutal the cartel is. A lot of landowners like Rusty, land that borders the Rio Grande, they have dogs on their property, guard dogs basically, to warn them that someone's coming so they can be prepared. The cartel wanted to show Rusty that they're not happy with his dog. So they skinned it alive and hung it by its hind legs from a tree. We know it was alive because it was still alive and breathing when Rusty got to it. Dr. Vickers, he has literally found hundreds of dead bodies on his own farmland and on adjacent farmland from immigrants that tried to come across the border, and that's as far as they could get before they were just out of water and died. What is the Mexican cartel? The cartel, first off, controls vast areas of the country of Mexico and are also responsible for political corruption, assassinations, kidnappings, drug trafficking, human smuggling, sex trafficking, and weapons trafficking. They are without a doubt the largest drug trafficking organization in the world. They kidnap, torture, and slaughter members of rival criminal gangs and anyone that opposes them. The cartel has expanded rapidly across Mexico and is now one of the country's most dominant organized crime groups. Its assets are thought to be worth more than $20 billion. They have downed Mexican police and military helicopters with rocket-propelled grenades, killed dozens of state officials, and have even been known to hang the bodies of their victims from bridges to intimidate rivals. They are also particularly well known for their brutality, often torturing and decapitating their victims. The cartel is made up of corrupt members of Mexico's military special forces, Army, Navy, Air Force, and law enforcement officers. They also recruit civilians and/or force young Mexicans to be members against their will, or they will kill them or kill their family. 99.99% of every illegal from any country that crosses our border with Mexico does so through the cartel. They control everything. Then they're in debt to the cartel for a certain amount of money, and if they don't pay, their families are killed. It's estimated that recently over 200,000 people have been killed by the cartel. Violence linked directly to the cartel within the U.S. is around 10,700 Americans dead recently. In one incident, an American was tortured, killed, cooked, and eaten by the Mexican cartel. Now, there's no doubt that ISIS terrorists are a hyper-violent organization that must be stopped in the Middle East and all across the globe. But the Mexican cartel are much worse, and they directly affect us here in America. They behead hundreds of people every year, recruit child soldiers, kidnap and enslave children and women, kill journalists frequently, and use rape as a weapon of war, among other gruesome tactics. Illegal immigrants not making it past basically much further than the Rio Grande. 5,000 to 7,000 dead on American farmers' lands. And another 5,000 to 7,000, it's estimated that their fully remains could not be recovered because of the animals that got to them. You think the cartel does not affect you because you do not live on the border? Think again. Over 10,700 Americans have recently died due to violence from the cartel. 42,000 plus have died due to drugs brought to America by the cartel. 1,000 plus have died due to infectious diseases because of illegals brought over by the cartel. Thousands more seeking medical care because of these same diseases. Approximately 15,000 plus Americans have died due to illegals' drunk driving, murder, and assault. Approximately 5,000 women have been raped by illegals. Each year in America, approximately 45,000 Americans die due to overdose on drugs such as opiates, coke, and heroin brought over by the cartel. Now here comes the most controversial part of this video. I will say that I actually had to think about this before I decided to go with it. And then I thought, you know what? I'm all about facts. I'm all about the truth, no matter how much it might hurt. What makes an American citizen a member of the cartel? And do we have American citizens that have become members of the cartel? Allow me, please. Anyone of any political party that advocates for sanctuary cities, dismantling ICE, dismantling border patrol, wide open borders, against the wall, illegal immigrants, health care for illegal immigrants, welfare for illegal immigrants, if you hire illegal immigrants, if you bring illegal immigrants food and water at the border like many churches are doing, if you vacation in Mexico after watching this video, if you take a cruise and pass through Mexico that passes through Mexico after watching this video, if you are against deportations, if you cross the border into Mexico to save money on medications after watching this video, if you buy or sell illegal drugs, marijuana, coke, heroin, meth, fentanyl, bootleg drug prescriptions, if you support driver's license for illegal immigrants, if you support the state tuition of illegal immigrants, if you're an illegal immigrant attorney, if you are a banker or work for a bank that does business with the cartel, and there are many of them, if you support any of the current Democrats running for president of the United States, because they support everything I just mentioned. And everything I just mentioned supports the Mexican cartel. 100%, hands down, factual information. So if you support this stuff, you should no longer be called the names that many have made up for you, such as Tide Pod Eaters and libtards and on and on. No. You should just be called what you are. A member of the Mexican cartel. Because by supporting this list of shit that I just read off, you are making the cartel thrive and grow like a fungus, which is affecting American citizens all across the United States. And family members, those that we call angel families, are suffering and pain because of their loved ones killed because of an illegal immigrant. President Trump, we must secure this border now. You know, and I know, and so does everyone on the border helping to build the wall that you suggested and that I originally supported, is not working. There is no way in hell to finish that wall at the rate we're going before the election in 2020. As a matter of fact, to continue that type wall, the length of the border is going to take years. And we don't have years. We have to take care of it now, which is why we have been pushing for the terror block system. If you don't know what that is, look it up, please, and let everybody know about it. Or look at some of the videos I've done in the past couple of weeks about the terror block system and about securing our border. It's a rapid system that can be deployed that is not penetrable. You can't climb it. It will also allow our law enforcement to know where and who someone is when they even touch it. And it can be rapidly deployed and the border finished before 2020 election at a fraction of the cost that we're at right now with a concrete wall. In fact, the terror block system can be done for $1 billion. The money's already there. The next thing, President Trump, that needs to happen is, yes, you activated National Guard members from states that support you, their governors support you, and the other states that don't support you because they're Democrat governors made it very clear that their people weren't going down there. Well, sir, it is time that you activate those National Guard members to federal orders, just like when you activate them to go overseas to places like Afghanistan or Iraq or Syria and send them to our border to help augment the men and women of law enforcement with the Border Patrol and the local sheriffs whose counties butt up against the border. Augment them because they don't have enough people to do this job. They are literally working 24/7, 365 in a life or death situation like no one else has ever experienced other than our combat troops in battle. The National Guard needs to be activated and down on that border. What better place to make someone proud to be in the National Guard than to know that you're doing something to help protect American citizens instead of protecting some other country's borders. Let the active duty take care of that. Our National Guard has a purpose now. I've talked to some of them that are down there, sir, that you activated. Or, let me back up, you asked governors of states to activate them, and it was governors that support you. And those troops are happy to be there. In fact, it's an honor to them. I need everyone that watched this video to please share it everywhere on social media. I need you to share it, send it via email to your members of Congress, Democrat and Republican. I need you to share it with your family and friends. And I need you to let everyone know, far and wide, if you support the same thing that the Mexican cartel is doing by supporting the things that currently the Democrat Party supports, then you are supporting the cartel. And if you're supporting the cartel, you are the cartel. And you should be deported to another country because you're not American. If you support these violent, horrible, despicable, subhuman species that's lower than whale shit, destroying American lives. As always, please say a prayer for our men and women serving the United States military, our veterans, our law enforcement officers, our first responders, their families, our angel families, our blue and gold star families, our president, and our country. We must secure the border now. We know the solution, and it can be done. We need you, President Trump, to do it and listen to our plan. God bless you all. For now, I'm Douglas Ducote, and I'm out.